Hey, hi, hello there, and welcome to my Makoto build guide. No, not that one. For Persona 5 Royal. This is the fifth in a series of 8 guide videos I'm going to be making for Persona 5 Royal, where I'll be going over all party members, best equipment, Persona skill set, best way to use them, as well as discussing the best parties each party member fits into. Due to not wanting to be delivered the Fist of Justice from Atlas, the footage you are seeing will be mostly from before the third semester added into Royal. However, I will be showing off the third Persona evolution for Makoto and discussing the new skill that she gets from that, some of the skills from the Jazz Club that are only found in the third semester, and there will also be some third semester party spoilers shown, so viewer discretion is advised. I will also be talking about some items obtained from DLC personas, however I will provide non-DLC alternatives where relevant. Also, I am assuming you have downloaded the Legacy DLC pack because why would you not? Anyways, time to cycle on over to the builds. So starting us off with equipment here, the best melee weapon for Makoto is the Gordios, obtained from itemizing the level 83 Priestess persona, Sibel. You do need to be at max Confidant rank with the Priestess Confidant in order to fuse Sibel, so keep that in mind. It provides the highest attack out of all of Makoto's melee weapons, and also has the additional effect of increasing the critical hit rate of melee attacks by a high amount. Decent effect, as crits obviously lead to baton passes and one mores, and with Makoto's decent luck stat and balanced strength, they'll deal decent damage as well. Though, more often than not, you're not really going to want to use melee attacks, but this does have uses. The best range weapon is the Judge End, customized for maximum damage, which is acquired by itemizing the level 87 Judgment persona, Michael, during an alarm. It provides the highest attack out of all of Makoto's range weapons, and has what is quite possibly the best additional effect on anything, buffing all stats by 11. This is a massive boost to everything that Makoto wants to do. The best armor is the Serious Armor EX, acquired by itemizing the DLC persona Messiah during an alarm. It provides the highest defense out of all of the female armor types, and has the additional effect of reducing all magical damage dealt to the wielder by a high amount. Now, if you do not have the DLC, the best substitute is either the High Archangel Bra, which I don't have here, but that is acquired by itemizing the level 80 star persona Shrosha during an alarm, which has the additional effect of reducing all electrical damage dealt to the wielder by a high amount, or the Lovely Witch's Robe, which I do have here, which is acquired by washing sooty dark armor dropped by Skahawk in the third semester dungeon, which has the additional effect of increasing the wielder's magic stat by 8. High Archangel Bra, has a higher base defense point rating, while the Lovely Witch's Robe obviously buffs your magical damage by 8 points, something that Makoto will appreciate. Generally, Lovely Witch's Robe is probably a better choice, though the defense can come in handy at times. More damage is more damage, and good offense is the best defense. Now for accessories, the best accessory, as per usual, is our good friend, the Shiny Belt R, which is acquired by itemizing the DLC persona Izanagi no Okami during an alarm. It provides a passive 7 SP per turn and a +3 for all of the wielder's stats. Passive SP generation and stats boosts are rare for party members, besides Joker, so being able to receive both of these in one accessory is incredibly valuable. Additionally, because of Makoto's already great balanced stats and more magic damage leaning kit, she takes advantage of these effects even more so than other party members. Now if you don't have the DLC, the best substitute is the SP Adhesive 3, which is purchased from the Takemi Medical Clinic for 100,000 yen once you reach rank 5 in Takemi's Confidant. Other alternatives are the Crystal Skull R, which is acquired by itemizing the Crystal Skull treasure persona found at the lower levels of Mementos after beating Shido's dungeon. This provides +6 in all stats, so double what the Shiny Belt R does, and increases all evasion from magical attacks except Almighty. the Team Glasses and Seams Armband, which provide a 15% EXP boost and a 15% money boost, respectively. Good for grinding. The Arm PC, providing +3 in all stats and max SP boost of 20. This is more or less a budget version of the Shiny Bout R. It basically has the same effects, just that the Shiny Bout R will be better for long-term battles because it's passive SP and generation instead of a just flat boost to your SP pool. Onto the Gauntlet, which increases evasion from criticals and magical attacks, and the Kuzunoha Choose, which decreases the cost of HP and SP skills by 25%. Pretty decent. Basically a mini Arms Master and Spell Master in one. Decent. Now, for Makoto's build. Now, Makoto is the most balanced party member in the game, being the quintessential jack-of-all-trades unit. Her stat line should show this off pretty well, landing in the middle of the road for pretty much all of her stats, though she for some reason has the highest agility. Probably something to do with the, motorbike transformer that is her persona. Her trait, Gaia Pact, increases all allies' chance of inflicting the burn, freeze, and shock ailments by 25%. A pretty good trait that helps out with further synergizing herself with the party members she wants to be paired up with, and increasing her chance of proccing technicals with her own skills. Now the skills you want on Makoto are Atomic Flare, Ma Freydine, Concentrate, Ma Rakukaja, Meteor Rahan, Nuke Boost, Nuke Amp, and Evade Psi. Jumping into her further, Atomic Flare is your primary magical damage dealing move for Makoto, dealing a severe amount of nuclear damage to a single enemy. A fantastic skill that is the only one of its kind in the game for a party member, as it is the only severe magic tier skill on a party member, though Ant's Blazing Hell is severe also, it's AoE. Ma Freydine is the AoE variant, dealing heavy nuclear damage to all foes. Primarily, this is used for knockdowns or proccing technical off of shock, burn, or freeze inflicted enemies due to its lower SP cost compared to Atomic Flare. Concentrate is a typical buff your damage move used before nuking an enemy. In this case, I mean that very literally. Makoto does need to learn this from a Jazz Club event on the 25th of September, and it is a rather competitive skill to learn if you're not doing New Game Plus, as Haru also takes big advantage of this skill. So optionally, you may want to swap this out for Dairahan, which he learns naturally, for some more focused healing. Or Debilitate, which can be learned from the Jazz Club event on December 11th to add some more support, which is slightly less competitive. Ma Rakukaja is a fantastic ability and leads to some amazing synergy with Ryuji and Yusuke, as by using all their buffs together, Ma Taro from Ryuji, Ma Suku from Yusuke, and Ma Raku from Makoto obviously, you can get a scuffed AoE Heat Riser effect, something rare and cumbersome to do even for Joker if we don't go into DLC. Meteor Rahan provides some healing support into Makoto's kit and basically invalidates Morgana's existence in one skill alone. Nuke Boost and Nuke Amp are your typical magic flavored damage boosts, and Evade Psi is your typical no-hit my weakness move in Makoto's flavor of Psychic. Now, for the third semester, Makoto's persona will evolve into Agnes, learning a couple new skills along the way. Her trait will upgrade into Gaia Blessing, buffing their ailment chance for burn, freeze, and shock to 50%. This is a fantastic buff for this trait, as it massively increases the ailment rate for the skills that Makoto's typical partners want to be using in the first place, and leads to even more chances for Makoto to technical. She also learns Checkmate, an AoE Debilitate for 90 SP. This is admittedly a kind of mediocre skill, all things considered, as the cases when you would want to be using a debuff skill like this are in boss fights, which are with very few exceptions, single target. Coupled with that with the massive SP cost and ability to access Debilitate from a Jazz Club event back before the third semester, and the skill kinda falls flat. Personally, I'd recommend not taking this skill and keeping Debilitate if you put it on her for the cheaper effect, or Meteor Rahan, as the healing is not only going to come in handy more often, and it amuses me to continue invalidating Morgana, but it isn't going to break Makoto's SP bank by using this even once like Checkmate will. Otherwise, her build is pretty much exactly the same. For party comps, Makoto's balanced build and excellent mix of general support, magical damage, and light healing makes Makoto a party member who can be placed into any party without any fuss and still perform at the maximum of her capabilities. This being said, if you are using her primarily for her magical damage, placing her in the typical magic party of An, Haru, and Makoto creates a very strong magical damage based party, with An's AoE Concentrate buffing the damage of the entire party, and Makoto's Checkmate providing even more damage on top with the defense down, and when combined with her Ma Rakukaja, makes the party as a whole lot bulkier, something that this party in particular struggles from. Additionally, Gaia Blessing increasing the chance for An's Blazing Howl or Archidime to proc burn also brings into play some potential technical knockdowns, as Makoto's nuke skills are procs for burn technicals. Using it primarily for supportive capabilities, Makoto, Ryuji, and Yusuke, as often mentioned previously, is one of the strongest parties in the game, with each providing one of the 3 buffs in the game, opening up for a free Heat Riser-like effect. Additionally, because of Checkmate, Makoto's AoE Debilitate, it's possible to fully debuff all the enemies and fully buff all your party members in less than a turn, setting up for some high damage turns. It is of no doubt that Makoto makes her one of the stronger party members in Persona 5 Royal. Her Jack of all trades status leads her to being someone who can be placed in any type of party and still perform excellently. However, that very same Jack of all trades status also means she would never quite hit the same heights that other more focused party members will hit. Her magical damage, while good, will never quite hit the same level of An's. Her physical potential, while decent, will never hit the same levels of Yusuke and Ryuji, and her healing, while good, is never going to quite match up to Morgana's. All in all, however, her versatility still cements her as being an excellent choice for any party, and while she may not ever be the best option for everything, she's never the worst. And that's a wrap. Thanks for watching. Next party up is the beauty queen herself, Haru, so hope to see you then. Peace.